Hey guys, it's me, it's Dr. Odom. No Ronnie Doss today, I'm sorry. I'll do the best I can. I really just want to thank you guys for really adopting and just going with me and sticking with me through the interactive notebook. Because I knew that's new to all you guys because it was new to me when it was introduced to me. I appreciate your positivity and the results speak for themselves. I think it's amazing. It's brought us together as a team. It gets me an opportunity to show you what's in my mind so you know what's in my mind. And then during our conversations and our dialogue, particularly on Wednesdays, which I love, we get to talk about work, life, everything. We mush it together. We grow as a team. We grow as individuals. And I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done in my life. So I just want to thank you guys for humoring me and sticking with me, I guess, through this whole process. A lot of times in companies and organizations, there's a leadership initiative where they're trying to develop leaders. And what they do is they hire somebody to come in for like a weekend or for a day, and they talk to you, they give you some PowerPoints with some bullet lines, do this, read this book or whatever, and then they're out. And I don't think you can really build teamwork and leadership or develop the next level of leadership in around you that way. It takes every day learning together, growing together, seeing how different things work, come up with new concepts, and I really just think what we're doing is amazing. And I just really appreciate everything that you guys do. And what I want to talk to you today is about my favorite thing is the culture of excellence that we're trying to build here in the office and in your life, and basically any environment that you see yourself in. And we know that the difference between perfection and excellence is when you're working on perfection, you're focusing on the small details so you can impress others. Well, in excellence, you're trying to become better than you were the day before by focusing on the small details so you can be of better service to the world. So that way you don't get bitter. Instead of getting bitter, you get better with excellence. This isn't a Ronnie Doss vocabulary word, it just kind of came from me. You'll hear me say the words, or you hear me, I think, in excellence eyes. So I try to look through everything that I do with excellence eyes, meaning, am I doing this better than I was the day before? Excellence eyes. Am I doing this better than I did it yesterday? Is that the lenses that I'm seeing the world through? Speaking of lenses, my second topic that was my homework, was responsibility lens. And what the responsibility lens is when something happens to us or a problem arises, what our society has kind of taught us to do is to shift the blame towards somebody else and point the finger so we can save face, we can act like we have nothing to do with it. So what the responsibility lens is, if you look through the responsibility lens with excellence eyes, so you can see what's going on around you with those lenses on, what you're trying to do is you're trying to come up with a solution. So when something happens, when a problem occurs, when something isn't going according to plan, instead of shifting the blame, pointing the finger, blaming somebody else, pushing the puck somewhere else so you don't have to deal with it, what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to go, hey, what's the solution here? Here's a problem. What's my part in the problem? And here's the solution. If you look through excellence eyes, how you're trying to be better, is this the best that it can be? If you're looking to have responsibility like that, everything seems to go right. So we're talking about a culture of excellence, and I was also talking about looking through things with responsibility lens. So if I were to ask you, is that the content of what we do, or is that the context of what we do, what would be your answer? You guys already probably know, but we're going to go straight into my favorite example of how to explain that, which is the jelly bean jar and the jelly beans. So if you take the most delicious jelly beans in the world, which we have right here, and put them in an awesome jelly bean jar, which we have right here, what is the content and what is the context? So what is the content in this example is the contents of this jar is actually the most delicious jelly beans in the world. The context is what surrounds them. That's what they're in. That's how we perceive what's inside of here. And what I mean by that is, the example is if you were to take the most delicious jelly beans in the world, place them in a fantastic brand new jelly bean jar, and walk around town and ask people, hey, you want some of these jelly beans? They're fantastic. Some people would probably say, yeah, I think I do want some of those jelly beans. But if you take the exact same jelly beans and dump them into a brand new trash can that's never been used before, and you walk around town, or if you walk around the office or walk around anywhere, and you say, hey, here's a trash can full of delicious jelly beans. These are the most delicious jelly beans I've ever had. Some people might say, no thank you, I don't think I want those jelly beans. Now, ask yourself the question, what changed? Did the content change, or did the context change in that example? So the jelly beans are the same, so obviously the content did not change. It was the context. It was how it was presented. It was the beautiful jar that it was wrapped up in, okay? So here at the office, what we do, we're a chiropractic office. People come in, we do new patient exams, we take x-rays, we go over x-rays, I adjust people, we do re-exams, we schedule appointments, we answer the phones, we do insurance verification. We do all that stuff, right? That's the content of what we do. What we do is awesome. Our office is fantastic. That's the stuff that we do, okay? If you go to any chiropractic office, it's basically the same. They do the kind of, maybe minus this, plus this, but they do the same thing. The difference between office to office and company to company is not what you do. The content is basically the same, especially in our profession. What's different is the context, how it's wrapped around when people come in. What's the atmosphere like? What are the front desk staff like? What's the vibe? What's the energy? What's the frequency that we get off? What are the extra things that we're doing? Is our jelly bean jar a brand new clean trash can? Is it a brand new regular looking jelly bean jar? Is it a stainless steel fancy looking jelly bean jar like this? Or is it a jelly bean jar wrapped in diamonds and platinum, like Dana would say? What is our jelly bean jar? What is the context of what we do in the office? And as you raise the context of what you do, as long as your content is fabulous, which ours is, as long as you raise the context of what you wrap your fabulous content in, that makes all the difference. That adds value. And that's what people come for. People come here at what we do, or they are attracted to you in your life by the value that you add. I think there's 45 chiropractic offices in the city of Columbus. So they can go anywhere they want to. People come here because of the added value that we add to the content by the context that we wrap around it. And I really want to thank you guys for that, because that's 99% all on you. So another thing is, I was looking at this jelly bean jar the other day, and I was like, man, I can't get any of these fantastic jelly beans out of here. So, looking with the responsibility lens, what should I do? Or what would we do if we had a victim mindset? What would we do? We might say, hey, Dr. O, take this back. This jelly bean jar is stupid. I don't like it. Take it back, return it, get a different one, get one that works better. I can't believe you would do this. Or maybe you could just take a look at it and see, hey, maybe what's the solution here? Here's a problem. We have an awesome jelly bean jar with tasty jelly beans in it, and we can't get it out. But let me take a closer look here before I shift the blame on somebody else and see that you can actually, twist it, and then you get all the delicious jelly beans that you want. Thank you, guys. I love and appreciate you. I just got popcorn, flavored, and cherry mixed together. It's weird.